This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and this week we have a super sweet tribal build with a bit of a twist to check out. This is a deck I'm calling Zombie Station. Comes to us from Misui Shinaturu, who took it to an undefeated finish in a small Japanese tournament, so congrats to Misui on a super sweet deck. A quick reminder before we break down Zombie Station for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Zombie Station is basically a zombie tribal deck with a cool synergy thrown in for closing out the game. So we start off with our zombie lord, Lord of the Accursed, and Death Baron. So these are just ways to pump our zombies. We're kind of topping out at about 3 mana in this deck, so the idea is mostly that we're going to curve out 1-drop, 2-drop zombie, then play our lords, make our zombies really big, and then kind of use some direct damage to close out the game. So Lord of the Accursed pumps all our zombies, can also let us get in more damage by menacing up the team, and then Death Baron not only pumps our zombies and also skeletons, which we don't have any of, but gives them death touch as well, which is another way of making it hard to block. So both of our lords kind of work together to not just make our zombies bigger, but make our opponent kind of think twice about throwing blockers in front of them. As far as the rest of the deck, Crypt Breaker is kind of a pseudo-lord. It doesn't pump our zombies, but it is one of the best payoffs for Zombies Matter deck. So we can discard cards to make zombies, but the big deal is we can just tap our zombies to draw cards. 3 zombies equals a card. We also lose a life, but that just gives us a very steady stream of card advantage. So if we have a Crypt Breaker on the battlefield, going to be really hard to run out of action. Just keep drawing more zombies, more zombies, more zombies, and kind of spirals out of control, just like it used to do in Standard. Otherwise, in the 2-drop slot, we have a couple of graveyard-centric zombies. So Relentless Dead, just a very powerful 2-drop. Only a 2/2 for true, but it does have menace, so it can get in damage. When it dies, we can return Relentless Dead to our hand for 1 mana, and we can also reanimate another zombie by paying X. So in theory, when our Relentless Dead dies, we're not actually losing a card, we're potentially gaining a card because we can recast our Relentless Dead too. And then Lotleth Troll kind of synergizes with our Relentless Dead by letting us discard zombies. So we can discard, let's say, a Crypt Breaker, rather than casting it, reanimate it when our Relentless Dead dies, while also pumping our Lotleth Troll along the way. And Lotleth Troll can get pretty big. It's only a 2-1 to start off with, but if we discard a couple of cards, and we have some really good cards to discard to it, it can end up being really big, plus it tramples over for damage, hard to kill thanks to regenerate. As far as cards that we're looking to discard, we're mostly looking to discard our 1-drop. So Dread Wanderer, Gravecrawler, they're fine if we just cast them as 2/1s on turn 1, but they're great because they just keep coming back from the graveyard. We can discard them to our Lotleth Troll, grind out some value that way, and they also provide kind of our combo kill or synergy kill, whatever you want to call it, which involves the station part of the deck. So what makes this deck kind of unique is, along with being zombie tribal, we have a really sweet direct damage kill with Blasting Station. So Blasting Station, 3-mana artifact, lets us sack a creature to deal 1 damage to something, and then when a creature comes into play, we get to untap our Blasting Station. So for example, with any zombie on the battlefield and a Gravecrawler, we basically have a combo where we can pay 1 black mana to deal 1 damage to anything, because we sack the Gravecrawler, goes to the graveyard, we pay 1 to cast it again, sack the Gravecrawler. So while this isn't like infinite damage or anything like that, it's a good way to kill our opponent's creatures, or over the course of a few turns, just ping our opponent for 4, ping our opponent for 5, ping our opponent for 6, and drain our opponent out of the game without even having to get in our creature damage. So if we can get in a chunk of damage with our aggressive stuff, our Lotleth Trolls, our Gravecrawlers, our Lords in the early game, Blasting Station is a way to clean things up after the board gets come down. Otherwise, a single Plague Belcher kind kind of a weird one. I guess it's just big in the 3-drop slot. It's another way we can kind of speed up the combo kill, because when a zombie dies, each opponent loses a life. So as we're doing the blasting station loop of sacking Gravecrawlers, pinging for 1, we're actually kind of pinging our opponent for 2 because of the life drain from Plague Belcher. Plus, since we can just put the counter on a random Gravecrawler, which we can get back from the graveyard anyway, or on a Relentless Dead to reanimate something, we end up with a 5/4 for 3, which is a pretty big body. Otherwise, removal, fatal pushes, abrupt decays, dismembers, pretty straightforward. Some thought seizes and Inquisition to pick apart our opponent's hand on turn 1. As far as the mana base, bunch of fetch lands, some shock lands, Blooming Marsh is an additional untapped tool, some basic, Field of Ruin for Tron and creature lands. Sideboard, we get a bunch more removal with Maelstrom Bolt, Abrupt Decay, Ratchet Bomb to sweep away tokens, good against Lantern control. Golgari Charm and Collective Brutality do a whole bunch of different things. Golgari Charm can deal with a whole board full of tokens, regenerate our stuff if we need to, blow up a Worship or another annoying enchantment. Collective Brutality, remove a life gain, Duress Effect, some Graveyard Hate and Nile Spellbomb and Surgical Extraction. Evolutionary Leap, super sweet with the grindy plan. In a control matchup, we can bring this in, just keep sacking our Gravecrawlers to essentially draw another zombie. So just a great stream of card advantage in grinding matchups. Kalitas kind of does it all, gains us some life, hates on the graveyard. Pithing Needle is a catch-all. And that is Zombie Station for Modern. And that's been our Instant Deck Tech for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.